Is this CompLexity Academy or CompLexity proper?
It's CompLexity proper.
Proper. There we go. Versus TBD. That's the bungle dance. That's what I call them. Anyway, Zyrene going to be joining me as ever as we round out the spring promotion qualifier. 3 teams here from a big old round robin or curvy Ciara, if you're the sensitive type, tournament. Going to be moving along to take on the relegated teams.
Yeah, and the top 3 out of these 6, they're going to be picked off by Curse, Coast, or Velocity, and they get their pick based on seeding there. There's no seeding in this tournament. Everything was determined by coin flip. You know, good old American coin flip. We used it in the Super Bowl, so I assume it's American.
I actually used a 20p coin, the one with the, you know, it's got the queen on it and part of the lion on the back. I used a 20p coin, which I think is slightly weighted towards anybody who can do a convincing British accent or Canadians, as it's a principality still.
All right. Yeah. So, Cassidy, Lee Sin, Lucian being taken off the field. Sivir, Shyvana, Renekton. Sivir, no surprise there, but no Annie ban. And Annie and Evelyn are very, very strong right now. And you always talk about how there aren't enough bans now to really cover the OP stuff. And with 3.14, which we're playing on, there's a lot of OP now.
Yeah, a lot of strong bans coming at the jungle top lane looks especially. I mean, that Renekton, Shyvana, Lee Sin's been in there a lot as well. Just big, wide cast net over both sides of the teams there. Going to be an at least look here at a TBD. And Annie is going to slide through with a quick lock onto both Annie and Elise to join CompLexity's Riven that Mega Zero grabbed up earlier. I think he's one of the best in North America.
You think that?
Playing Riven. I feel like he's in the neighborhood.
Yeah, that title of Best Riven NA does belong to Mega Zero currently. Don't know if they'll ever do another tournament to see if there's another recap or they'll just move on to others. But Broken Shard, Lee Sin is his favorite champion. They banned that away from him, so he's going to fall back onto a little bit of a Elise there. And looks like Jinte hovering over that Orianna.
And they're going to grab 2 insanely strong picks there. Orianna going to be joining Jinx. Jinx has been unstoppable. It's 3.14, which does mean those minor changes are in to Jinx. So maybe not quite as strong. We'll have to wait and see. Also means the Trinket and Ward play is going to be in here. No more Oracles and all those different wards in. Arthalon and Robert X. Lee up to pick now for TBD. And Arthalon wanted me to give a shout out to his folks. So if you're watching, thanks for stopping by. And good luck to your boy. I mean, he's going to get trashed in mid lane because he's garbage. But shout outs to you and him anyway.
And you were talking about 3.14 Wombat. And Orianna's one of the one of the only mids that wasn't touched. Gragas was touched. We had Kassadin Zed in 3.13. So she hasn't been touched in a very long time. So she's extremely strong and has been since Worlds. And even before then.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially, we talk about it. I totally cribbed this one off of Malphus. It's a good term to steal, though. The ball delivery system. I think he cribbed it off of somebody before I stole it from him, though. So, you know, whoever deserves the original credit. It's a great term. Really describes what you want to complement Orianna, because that shockwave is such a game changer, especially when you've got a nice amount of just, you know, stuff to get work done when there's a big pile. Orianna can certainly get a lot done by herself, but the AoE splash coming off of Jinx auto attacks, Riven coming in, obviously, once she gets the Ravenous Hydra finished up, it's going to be a big, big deal. And J4 added to the pile now for CompLexity means that they've got a really, really nice setup. Couple of ball delivery systems there. Riven a little bit less so, but J4 got a long range on him. That ball can get in, really do some work. Just to run down the TBD side, they did lock Ziggs and Ezreal, going to be joining Elise and Annie there. And Ezreal up against a Jinx. That'll be a fun one.
Yeah, Ezreal Annie is one of those lanes that we've started seeing in OGN more and more. And with the buffs to Annie passively, just because 3.14 supports are so strong, if she can get a stun onto Jinx, Jinx has no escapes. I've talked about this before, but he's going to rely on somebody to peel for him, and they're going to lock in that Fiddlesticks to probably attempt to do just that.
Locked and ready to go, and a quick grab by TBD onto Rengar. Not even hesitating there. So those will be our sides as we work into the first one. First round robin game. I was trying to think of a good way to say it. Anyway, all these games are going to be best of 1 round robin. Every team's going to get to play every other team. 6 teams total, I think we've got in this bad boy. Is that right?
Yes, we have 6 teams total, and it's going to be 15 games overall over the next 3 days.
Promises to be a good time. CompLexity going to be running Riven, J4, Orianna, Jinx, and Fiddlesticks. On the TBD side, it's going to be Rengar, Elise, Ziggs, Ezreal, and Annie. We're going to find back. I got a weird loady bug, so I got to jump to live. I'm like 30 seconds back. Something not great's going on. Wow. It gives you an alert for when you buy the trinkets, so that was fun. Anyway, we run in. Skin War going to go over to, I think we got to give it to CompLexity. The skin show up just wasn't there on TBD. No Annie skin. That's basically a crime in and of itself. And Jinx on the default skin is the right choice, so we've got to reward that Mega Zero on his classic Battle Bunny ribbon. Into the game we go. It says I'm behind. I don't know if I believe it. There we go. I'm going to catch it up.
Are you at 101?
I'm getting there. I'm speeding it up. It's getting there. There we go. Finally live. It kept bugging out and stopping the speed up. So
it did that for me too.
Little bit of drama as everybody hanging out in the jungle there, but doesn't really come to much. They get a ward down by blue buff on the TBD side. Ward down by blue buff for CompLexity as well. So equal vision across the sides as we roll into game 1 here of the Curvy Ciara series. It's a ideal setup, I think.
Yeah, and looking at the totems coming out here, the trinkets, we have 3 warding totems and 2 sweeper lenses over on the side of CompLexity, whereas it's just 5 warding totems on the side of TBD. So Mega Zero, he's actually going to see this right here. Does that ward make it into the bush? I don't think... No, it does. It does. Just barely, I believe. Nope, it doesn't even. I double-checked it. Nope. Ward did not see Mega Zero.
We're going to start it up. TBD with the invade, coL with the invade as well. Both going to be answering blue for blue as they're going where the wards belong. Obviously going to see some gameplay changes here, especially with the warding game. 3 per character. Basically, on the sight wards. What do we call them now?
Stealth wards.
Stealth wards. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had to say it out loud in commentary, so my brain hasn't registered it yet.
Oh man, if you had thrown that one to me and I wouldn't have known,
we would have
been bad.
Real good.
Yeah, so both I'm the names guy. So down in the bottom lane, though, speaking of names, we have 2 Spell Thief Blades coming out here instead of the Relic Coin that we've been seeing so much in the OGN. But these are both offensive AP-based supports, and we do have a lane swap here. So Mega Zero goes and just farms up the wolves before he backs for the first time and picks up some extra potions. Yeah,
that's probably the biggest thing to take away from the 3.14 patch, aside from the warding trinkets, which are really only good for a single ward at a time. Cooldown's exactly the same as the lifetime on the ward, so you basically get 1 ward for free any old time it's up. But the gold generation game is just extremely different. CompLexity gonna roll things onto the tower bottom side and are gonna get there first. And they've got plenty of time.
So Westrice saw the 2v1 coming, so he cleared Wraiths and Wolves got very, very low, but he hit level 2 before he even had to back once. Whereas Mega Zero is still level 1.
And you can take it a couple too many turret shots there, and he will back it up and reset onto that turret. Jinte and Arthalon going at it mid lane. Right now, Jinte got the bump on him. And proxy farming going on top lane. We'll see a big race. It's going to be CompLexity getting the turret first, but it shouldn't be too long before top outer falls in favor of TBD here as the turret game getting started way early here.
This is better.
On both of them.
This is better for CompLexity though, because now they have dragon control. So they're going to take this dragon extremely early right now, just rely on MIA to lifesteal it up and then swap him out, and just continue to do that. Whereas Mega Zero is going to be left to fend for himself in the top lane, and if he can hold this turret, it's definitely going to be in CompLexity's favor.
Gonna have a rough time doing it though. Mega Zero not with a lot of options here. Can't get in too close. The stun lands. He could get in trouble. They've got warding coverage over the top, and Jinte down, helping him secure the dragon. It's gonna get him out to not much of a lead here, and they may end up losing the turret for it. The gold advantage very temporarily belonging to CompLexity. Mega Zero going to make his move when he can. Finally is able to. It's got friends coming top lane though. Going to be too little too late. TBD going to grab top inner. Put themselves out to a 200 gold, 1 turret lead. Dragon equalized and a good spot for TBD to be in.
Yeah, they definitely recognized that the dragon was going to be picked up there. Decided, you know what? They're not coming top for a very long time. TBD's like, you know what? We're just going to take this turret, and that frees up all of that side of the map for them, and now they can basically push these outer turrets extremely quickly. They're going to have at least rotate to a different lane and have that 2 lane, you know, the bottom lane, go wherever they want to push it.
Yes, indeed. And you can just take a look. Westrice up to 23 CS already. Got a lot of good work done early on in the jungle by way of an escape, and they had to rotate up and grab that dragon, which meant his inner turret was never really in danger there. Going to go ahead and drop a little vision over that brush just to make sure that everything's A-okay. And Ziggs could be in trouble here.
But here's the scary thing, too, is Westrice, if he's left to his own devices, is an extremely quick tower taker on that Rengar. And Arthalon, ooh, he gets knocked out.
Gonna get the knockup. Arthalon with a long way to walk. Can he get out of this one? Ignite still burning. Gonna be a nice save there as it's gonna be the bombs on the ground that get him. Bubba Dub now on the chase. MIA coming up with Westrice coming through. Ninjakin, can he get clear? He does. MIA Not enough trouble there. Bubba got the stun, though. In comes Chupa from the side. For a little bit of loving. Not going to get it, though, as they just clear it back. TBD with reinforcements now. Broken Shard takes the lane. Chupa going to take things over. They're going to manage to walk away clean with that one. 300 gold lead right now for TBD.
Yeah, and Arthlon got the first blood. He's a level down, though. He just actually hit level 5, I believe. So Jinte is still in a good position here. Jinte, Orion extremely strong, and I wonder what's going to happen here with the team fighting. Riven is now in that 1v1 lane down bottom against Westrice, so they're stopping that. But up top, they have nobody to answer for Robert, and he's just freezing that lane.
Yeah, and I mean, I gotta say, it's one of those things we're used to turrets down going down early in 2v1 lanes, but really, CompLexity is moving in a way that during prior to 3.14. We didn't see a lot of people do this. We still saw people hold on to their lanes a lot. With the new gold generation, looks like they're not quite so worried about it. They're going to go ahead and try to push mid-outer down. We'd especially see, AD carries stick onto their lane for a little bit longer. And Robert X. Lee is indeed doing that. CompLexity going for a different look, though. Going to run straight down mid lane and keep those primary objectives under control, especially being down a turret. Not a bad move on their part. Mega Zero could be in a little bit of trouble in the jungle. He's going to get stunned up. Nowhere for him to go. Arthalon looking to grab his second game. Broken Shard comes down. We'll be able to finish it off with a Q. A little help from Bubba. And TBD going to pick up one more, going to extend the lead out to 900 gold now. With the tower advantage, they are in good shape. CompLexity not going to be able to put the pressure on mid lane.
And Broken Shard, after he came down from the rappel, he actually flashed behind Mega Zero because he saw the final charge of Broken Wings coming down for the knockup. And he just said, you know what, I'm not going to even chance that. I'm not even going to let you hit me and then throw out your Wind Slash. So very good flash there. Might have been a little too much, but it was still very fancy. Definitely styled on him there.
Gonna give him some quality time in mid lane here as a cannon minion comes in strong. TBD looking for their third of the game. Put some good damage down, but CompLexity will get there in time to defend. Push him on back. MIA catches a mystic shot to the side of the face. That's gonna be the end of it, though.
And now the invade coming over to the red from TBD. They have the numbers.
Dropping a ward, and Mega Zero in trouble again. Will he be able to get out of it? No. Robert X. Lee going to be the one to get it, and they're going to be able to take this red buff very possibly. Ninjakin doesn't want it to go down. They've got coverage in there. He's going to be able to smite it away. Stun's going to land, however, and they're going to start up on him. Shockwave in, Broken Shard low, out of the Cataclysm. Ninjakin goes down as Westrice gets there just in time to turn it good for TBD. I gotta tell you, a bunch of what could have been coin flip battles very decisively going in TBD's favor there because CompLexity just a little bit shy on the engage.
Yeah, it was a 2-for-0 there, and the red buff does end up in Broken Shard's hands after all of that. And why they did that, TBD saw that Chupa was top pushing that wave very, very slowly, and all 5 members of TBD were concentrated around that red area. Jinte moves up. Then we saw Arthlon come in from the side and start zoning him with those little scatter bombs on the ground, and he just backed off and couldn't help Ninjakin after his engagement. So, unfortunate, but TBD in a very good spot.
Super doing what he can to get top outer taken care of. He's going to get it down about half health before Arthalon gets up there to defend. Right now, 9 minutes in, a very quick action-packed game here. A lot of movement by both sides. CompLexity with some nice moves, but TBD's been able to answer them and has come out on the top side of things for their ability to really get a good read on coL right there. It's 1.5k gold the lead right now. 4 kills to 1, 2 turrets to 1. And 2 big kills on the Broken Shard as well as 61 CS on Westrice. He's in good shape. Already got the giant spell. He's going to be a force of initiation right there. And CompLexity going to have to find a way to deal with him.
And if we look over at Bubba, he has 100% kill participation. A kill has not gone down without him being a part of it and contributing to his team. So he's picked up Moby boots already, whereas MIA doesn't even have boots 1. So he's going to be able to get around the map faster and maybe push this advantage. And God, he's so strong. Level 6 support Annie has a decent amount of AP this early on in the game. He might be able to duel Jinte. I'm not sure about that, but he's looking like it. He's just holding that lane by himself. We saw him come up earlier, and it was basically, I was thinking, oh, it's just a support. No, he did a lot of damage in a bunch of these fights.
Yeah, with the new gold generation items, he's only going to be about 10 AP behind Jinte on that one, so certainly going to be contributing. And that was something we talked about throughout the previous weekends of the tournament, that and Annie just at level 6 straight up, does plenty of damage. I mean, more than you really think. That Tibbers drop is great base damage right now. Broken Shard on the way in. Mega Zero got a long way to run. Bubba with the stun. Going to drop it early. Not going to catch it on the Mega Zero. He's going to be able to continue to run. Hopefully trying to waste a little time. They're just not going to let it happen. Down he goes. Auto attack from Robert X. Lee to finish it off. 5th kill of the game for TBD. And they're going to press out to a 2.3k gold lead as coL continues to try to push down mid lane. Not having a lot of luck of it, though, with a fairly slow lane clear. Dragon back up. Will CompLexity try to contest it?
Well, they're in a situation here. Dragon's up, but Westrice is pushing top.
Dragon going to be secured right there by Broken Shard. Ninjakin going to lock him up. Robert Lee tries to get it done, but Jinte going to get out the side. Ult's not going to land. The repel will be good to get Ninjakin out of the pile. He will not stay in and pick up that kill on the Broken Shard. Gets forced out, and again, TBD comes away big.
Yeah, they come away with losing nobody in that fight. Westrice was applying some pressure top, so Mega Zero had to go straight there when he respawned, instead of coming to reinforce them at the Dragon. Dragon once again falling into TBD's hands, so it's 1-1 in Dragons.
That Arthalon Hugh is so strong right now. 80 CS on the board. He's 2-1-2 as well. You can see him just putting Trooper down with it. MIA gets bursted up for about 1/5 of his health, and that cooldown is not very long at all. So TBD with an extremely strong early position here. They are nearly 4,000 gold out front, 6 kills to 1, 2 turrets to 1, and we're only 11 minutes 50 seconds into this bad boy. A lot of stuff going on. The turret game has slowed down just a bit, but TBD has been everywhere.
Yeah, they have been all over this map. And once again, Bubba still sitting at his 100% kill participation here. Next person behind him has 4 out of the 6, so there's been 2 kills that he's been a part of that almost nobody else has been a part of in this entire thing. So he's doing a fantastic job, and Jinte, they can dive him.
Price on to Jinte. He's going to shockwave. Ninjakin coming in. Might be able to lock him up. Not going to go for it, though. Tower doing a little bit too much damage. TBD back it off.
And the shockwave was very well placed. They're pulling them back into range. Ninjakin was there, but no Cataclysm up just yet. Couldn't lock him up any longer.
But 1/4 of the cooldown left on that as TBD now push it on the mid to enter one more time. About 1/3 of the health chunked off there. It is going to fall much faster this time around. It is going to send ult up top just to make sure Mega Zero doesn't have his way. Mid-outer drops. TBD, 3rd turret of the game. He's going to soften the lane up top, but Mega Zero is still going to have time with it. TBD clearly not too concerned about it. Going to send Westrice up top to deal with it. Going to go on the run now as the jump and bump from Ninjakin lands short. Mega Zero finishes off top outer. As TBD swinging his way, going to slow down the big J4. Riven looking for possibly a pincer maneuver initiation here, but Westrice coming in close. And this could be an interesting fight. Ninjakin going to short the jump and bump, and CompLexity will call it away.
Broken Shard once again flashing very, very early. It's good by him, because he doesn't even allow the engagement to happen.
Retreat pings from CompLexity say they've got the position in the river. Just give it to them. TBD will reform. Going to go do some spring cleaning bottom side, reforming mid temporarily. They're going to run it on through.
So he's using his flash as a preventative measure, not as a reactionary measure. So he's saying, I'm going to flash before you even use Cataclysm to lock me up and possibly my teammates. I'm going to do it so you don't even have a target to do it on. This is very well played there by Broken Shard. Just those tiny things. And red buff being stolen away again.
Party of the Jungle Bubble, we're going to have to drop the Tibbs to the backside of the fight. Going to lock up Trooper and Jinte. Can't get out of it, though. Trooper going to grab his first of the game. A second for CompLexity. Ninjakin now under attack by Robert X. Lee and Arthalon. Will he make it out? No, sir, he won't. Robert X. Lee over the wall. Mega Zero onto him. Arthalon there to support Broken Shard, trying to make his way over, but having trouble dealing with Orianna. Westrice is up top, sending the lane through. Not going to get any work done, though, as that fight falls apart. Mega Zero looking for Robert X. Lee. Not going to find him as he clears to bottom lane without any trouble.
Broken Shard's going to come up here.
Ooh, Westrice is doing work under the turret. MIA going to go on the run. He'll stay alive. Westrice, a few too many tower shots there. Pick up on a Jinte mid lane clean. Broken Shard on the run. Mystic shot from Robert X. Lee. Going to land, put a little bit of a slow on. Broken Shard gets one.
And man, Mega Zero's name is really coming in handy here because he's got 2 Mega Zeros in his score. Just 0% kill participation. Nothing in the kill department or assist. And 4 deaths.
Yeah, 040, 88 CS, trailing behind Westrice by a good deal. That's been basically the way of it from the beginning there, as Mega Zero got pushed out early on in the 3-man push up top. Leading the CS score, however, is Trooper. Giving a little bit of hope that if they can pull back into it. Obviously, Jinx very, very strong right now. Did get softened up a little bit for the 3.14 patch, but still a very, very potent AD carry. Gente running Oriana as well. He's 0-2-2 right now, 80 CS, so falling a little bit behind Arthalon. And you got to say something about the wave clear. The Ezreal ult as wave clear as needed. It also allows him to tend lanes without actually going to them. Arthalon got a ton of wave clear, so it's going to be hard to keep a counter siege up here. They're going to have to really be on top of their game on the complexity side.
Yeah, and the fact that Annie has wave clear as well with her W is just a huge amount to add on
AP, that's right, yeah. I mean, you can already see the difference of the builds. That's one of those things that's worth mentioning. I mean, we saw a super minimalistic Season 3 come out to the point of it was Mobo boots if you absolutely have to.
Yep.
And just whatever ward supplies you can get. Sometimes seeing even people, skip the sight stone and just buy wards straight up, get Mobo boots, and walk around the field with an oracles. Very, very minimalistic third season, but obviously big change here as we've got actual attack items going on the supports.
Yeah, a lot of people would still build the Haunting Guys on Annie, but that was about it. Because all your money went into oracles constantly. It's 400 gold every couple of minutes, and with oracles off the field, you can invest in other items and with more gold generation as well. So, finally Bubba at 80% kill participation, still the highest on his team though in that regard. Broken Shard catching up.
Right now, 403 on the jungler. Broken Shard, very, very big. And I mean, that's one of those things that we've seen, especially in Season 3, and Elise could get big. It wasn't necessarily the be-all, end-all, but right now the gold spread's very, very evenly across TBD. MegaZero going to walk into it, catches stun from Broken Shard. Broken Shard up into the sky, just going to buy a little time for a reset. Complexity decide. Even 4v3, they can't go for it. Top, or bottom outer, I'm sorry, going to come under attack here and might not last very long. Down it goes.
Yeah, well, speaking of top, though, Westride's constantly pushing that. He's got 2-level advantage over MegaZero currently. Level 11 to level 9. He has a Sunfire Cape, so he's going to perpetually push those waves. He might make a rotation towards mid now, because there's a wave very close.
Dragon getting beat up on real quick. They're going to pull it on out just to make sure it's not an easy hop over the wall. Arthalon in to run the front. Make sure that nobody's there. Dragon down. We Dragon number 3 of the game. If my overlay is not lying to me, TBD with 2. Single one over to Complexity. And stun going to land on an Indican. He's got nowhere to go. Down and out. TBD Arthalon picks up the kill.
He is completely obliterated there. Bubba using the flash tibbers. No hesitation with the follow-up there from his team. And they're going to continue to push this mid lane.
It's going to be really hard to answer this. Tib tanking out the turret. They're going to come in on the mid-inner. Chuper's there. Trying to clear away what he can. Choppers go down, MIA over the wall. Pretty squishy, but Bubba going to get locked up, and then they'll pick up one. Broken Shard going to run a little low. Nothing doing as Westrice comes over the wall, puts some big damage down. Broken Shard going to tank out that shot onto Arthalon. Just at the last second. Big shockwave there from Gente.
So they saved the turret, and that's really what they accomplished overall, is they saved the turret. They give up MIA for Bubba, so supports are traded across the board. Nobody was on a spree or anything like that, so no extra gold exchanging hands, but really they just protect the turret overall.
What? Got a little
You good?
tickle in the throat, man. I had to go full tilt on it. Whoa. And we're back. 12-3 on the kill counter, 4-2 on the turret. Oh yeah, the new race in the jungle there. What do they call that guy?
The white?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you can just remember because he's white.
Yeah.
So
well, he's really
he's
gray. Yeah.
Whatever. He's whiter than the others.
I don't really, brightness specificity is not really my thing. So the lead right now, sitting at 6,500 gold, 19 minutes in. TBD in good shape and have been this whole time. It was a really a strong race at the beginning. But Complexity opting to grab the Dragon, couldn't defend top inner. It just gave TBD the ability to move around a little bit more freely. And they answered back to whatever Complexity was trying to get done and have been in good shape ever since.
And they're still trying to siege up here. It's a 1-3-1 split by TBD. But like you said, the wave clear that those 3 people in the mid have is just way too much for them to actually siege up.
So, Broken Shard clearing away wards there. Dropping down the sight wards. Sorry, the vision ward. We still call it vision ward?
Yeah, I believe it's still called
good.
the vision ward.
There's changes. It makes me uncomfortable. You know how I get?
Gotta be.
Those now visible. Can just walk up to him and smack him. Oracle's out of the game.
Yeah, they're mostly for contesting objectives in spots where you want to camp a brush. They aren't something that you leave there extremely long term, because they're just taken out like you said. Oh, okay. If you can protect them.
Yeah, I set up a little camp around them.
They're difficult to protect. You can bait people into them, that's about it. If you really throw it down and they know it's there.
Which again, I mean, really the strongest change so far, seeing, I mean, just the straight up damage items here. Blasting Wand on Annie.
Are they just chasing down Chupa?
Yeah, it looks like they are. They're going to finally give it up. Ezalt sent out. Chuper probably going to make it. No, he's going to try to recall.
Welcome to chasing Chuper.
Verdex Lee going to come in on it, and he doesn't have a red buff, so there's still the ability to get away here. This 1v1 definitely not going Chuper's way. To drop a ward just for fun, just because he loves him. And Chuper, there he goes. Auto attack from Verdex Lee to finish it off.
And meanwhile, that pulled 2 people up to the top lane. They're going to get some damage on this middle turret, but nothing going to come with it. Just a little damage.
Not quite getting mid-outer felled there, as you mentioned. Top and bottom outer down in favor of CompLexity. All the outer turrets and top inner down in favor of TBD. 21 minutes in. Strong start. Been a very action-packed game so far. I gotta say, I mean, it's we didn't not see these games in Season 3, but certainly a lot of them were a lot slower to start up. There was a lot heavier focus on keeping the farm lane going a lot longer, and in this case, obviously, CompLexity was one of the ones to sort of push away from that as they started strong in the mid lane, forced TBD to answer. I'm sure it seemed like with the sending of Verdex Lee up top, they probably would have been happy to keep going in that direction.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing here that we need to keep in mind is that the inhibitor turrets now regen HP. So even if you get some damage on there, Westrise split pushes, but he doesn't get the turret, it's going to regen over time if they defend it. So sieging these inner turrets is very important, but getting those inhibitor turrets is even harder now.
And not to mention, beyond that, if you do get the inhibitor taken care of, side lanes are not buffed, so you will not get the passive push, which could open up some comeback play style. That was the idea behind it anyway.
Yeah. They don't want the snowball, the huge snowball effect that Season 3 really had. So 3.14, they're trying to remedy a lot of that. Granted, games are actually lasting longer because of it, but I guess that's a trade-off.
As long as they stay exciting, it's fun.
Yeah.
I think.
Absolutely.
As long as it's not Turtle for 30 minutes. And I think that was the fear everybody had, really. But it did still take active play. It's just going to be a little bit less tending garden in your base while TBD walks around and grabs every Baron and grabs every Dragon. And we'll hope it's for the positive. Obviously, it's very, very early to see how it's all going to shake out in the overall. Right now, the lead, 8,500, give or take a couple ducats for TBD. Still not making huge moves, but keeping things nice and passive. They managed to finish off some inner turrets there, 5 turrets to 2 now. Still got bottom inner standing.
Yeah, there's a 9k gold difference between these teams right now. And Jinte is really going to be the key to success. He isn't as far behind as the rest of his team. And if he can get a nice shockwave.
We get the jump, they drop one, and it's going to be a big start. Mega Zero on the way out, 2 for 1 right now. CompLexity, are they going to be able to get clear? Broken Shard wants to chase it down, but doesn't have the backup. They lose Verdex Lee and Bubba. CompLexity will get clear with a 2v1. Minor victory for them. Not enough to walk it on back out, but a good start, and showing the positioning is going to keep them in this game.
Yeah, make it about a 7.8k gold difference now. So if they can do that about 8 more times, they'll be back in this game. That's really what it's going to take. But Westrise pushing the bottom lane. Are they going to be able to catch somebody? No, they're not. They're just going to clear it out. Dragon back up, and Broken Shard is all over it.
Plenty of clear away there. My throat's threatening. Anyway, plenty of clear away there. TBD is going to be able to walk away with the Dragon, however. And yeah, there you go. It's going to be right now still a 9,000 gold lead.
It's just game 1. Don't give out on me now, Wombat Throat. I guess you're in trouble.
He's going to have to go on the run, but he's running the wrong way. Pair of red buffs there. He decides to go after Arthalon, but too little too late. Westrise going to pick up the kill there. 15 kills to 5. Bubba and Verdex Lee in mid lane to clear it up, and that'll be more than enough as the support AD carry duo not willing to go straight for it.
TBD down bottom, 3-man sieging. Ninja Ken only one here to defend it.
I'm dying. Westrise still on it. Ninja Ken in, threatening. Westrise not even noticing the turret. I'm going to have a big sip of water after this game. Back in my throat, just get one of those pricklies, making me cough like a madman. Broken Shard going to tank it out. They're just going to tank out bottom inner. Yeah, bottom inner.
Yep. No, they're just walking up there being man mode on it. No counter engaged on that. So Broken Shard wasn't threatened at all. He got very low, but CompLexity says we'll just give it up. So they do, and now it's a 10k gold lead in favor of TBD, 25 minutes in the game.
Still not pressing it down. I mean, we still saw a little bit of fight out of CompLexity there, but especially with the changes onto those inhibitor turrets, they have to know that they're going to get enough onto it that they can not only not necessarily finish the fight the first time out, but that in a couple of minutes they're going to be able to swing back around to it and get the job done. CompLexity staying strong there and going to finally get mid-outer down. 3 turrets to 6. CompLexity still not being pushed around the map.
And it looks like they're just grouping up in the mid lane here. Westrice is still content with split pushing. Highest level in the game, so nobody can really duel him if they go up there. Has the Blade of the Ruined King, so he has offensive stats alongside his Sunfire Cape for pushing. So they really don't have an answer for this on the side of CompLexity for Westrice.
Indeed not. Ugh. I'm just secretly dying. Luckily you got the push to mute. I think it's working. Nobody's expressed concern for my health, so I think we're fine. TBD with a nice solid lead right now. CompLexity getting a little bit back, but I mean obviously TBD not really putting a lot of strong pressure on the front, and CompLexity still playing it in a very heads-up way where they're paying attention to primary objectives. And right now it's earned them the last outer turret that they have to knock down. We'll see if this way of sort of splitting things off when a fight's elsewhere on the map is going to work out for them as far as pushing down inner turrets, or if TBD is going to be able to exert a little bit more solid, well-rounded back control.
And it looks like they might be going for Baron right now on the side of TBD.
Baron didn't work, yeah, absolutely.
Throwing down
they don't have a read on it. There's a ward up top, but nothing immediately on top of Baron, so TBD got plenty of time to do this. Finally some pings into the jungle area. Bubba the only one showing his face, and Baron going to go over without a contest here for CompLexity. Stun going to land on a Mega Zero. He's got a long way to go. He ain't going to get there. Westrice picks up the kill. Swinging around now to mid lane.
Baron absolutely free on that one for them. CompLexity picking up, losing Mega Zero on that one as well, so TBD 4-man, 5-man siege in the mid against only 4 here. And they have a Baron buff, so they're going to be doing a lot of damage to this turret. When that wave comes up, they'll be able to clear it fairly quickly. Huge level advantage for them across the board, though.
Broken Shard going to soak up a couple of shots. He'll be able to regen back through that one. Lanes, again, not going to really do anything here that's in their favor. Bottom lane pushing over in CompLexity's favor in a big way, so TBD going to have to work this one and then head back up top to do a little bit of spring cleaning. It's going to be a big kill on an Ninjakin. Bubba is going to fall. MIA going to get chased into the base. TBD now 1-for-1 with CompLexity. They're going to be able to pick up MIA the backside of the fight. Robert X. Lee getting cut off by Mega Zero. Gentail get clear as a result. Going to be just short on the ult shot from Mega Zero. They're going to lose 2. And the third, very, very low on health. Jimte getting back into it. Chuper there to try to help. Robert X. Lee going to finish off the inhibitor turret anyway. Inhibitor now open. Bottom inner going to fall to minions, however. That line is just huge pushing over there. They're going to get mid inhibitor, however. Arthur line credit for that one, and TBD will be able to clear out. No worse for the wearer. Bubba getting picked up there, but CompLexity paying a very dear price for the cost of an Annie.
And Arthlon does a lot of damage with that bouncing bomb. We saw one fly over at Mega Zero. No defensive stats on him, no hex drink or anything along those lines. Took a huge chunk of his life. And TBD, I think they're too far ahead that CompLexity would have to turtle for something like 30 minutes before they can come back into this game. It's really TBD's game to throw.
Certainly having a rough spot. Now, again, it's going to be a little bit of spring cleaning top side and bottom side as the lane's not going to push passively, but they've got a big, strong line rolling down mid lane. They got 50 seconds, give or take, to Dragon. Baron buff still spinning on 4. And time to get work done. CompLexity going to push out as strong as they can, trying to buy some time. God, look at those minions. TBD just not been doing the cleanup they need to do. Big old minion line coming in onto top inner. CompLexity going to try to capitalize on it. See if they get caught out here in the jungle.
Oh, nope, 2 vision wards going down in that bush. A little bit of miscommunication there. But it'll take 10 hits to clear those out, so not a complete loss, I guess. They could bait somebody into it, possibly. But I don't think CompLexity, you know, if they even go up against 4 members, it might not be in their favor, considering how far behind they are in levels and in gold.
CompLexity spotted out by the wards. Ward going to come down for Broken Shard. Is in a little too late there to grab up Ninjakin. Mega Zero there. Stun going to land onto big old blue buff. He'll get taken away by Broken Shard. They'll continue to chase. No turret here to hide behind. Ninjakin going to run low. Rest of TBD can't get there, though. Broken Shard running by himself. They did have a little Orianna trap just north of him, but didn't have a read on it, so she'll get back to base. AOK, 13,400 gold to lead right now for TBD.
Yeah, they weren't worried about that. If Westrice had used his ultimate, then you would have been able to see it.
Ooh, Shockwave gonna pull two back in. Westrice and Arthalon grab back into it. Arthalon with the flash out to get clear. Robert X Lee gets caught up, bumming up down. CompLexity looking to start up a good fight here. Westrice gonna be able to grab two by himself. Gets back out. Ninjakin there. Be in trouble. Broken Shard trying to do some work, but hops onto a Broken Shard who's just completely unimpressed. They're gonna roll in towards the Nexus turrets now. Nexus turret's just waiting. Super minions in there. MIA trying to do what he can. First Nexus turret down. And they just don't have time to do anything here. Nothing they can do. Respawn time's too long. Nexus gonna fall. TBD gonna take the first game of the round robin.
And that was a good fight there to start off for CompLexity, sucking two people in with the Orion ultimate, but nothing came of it. They got 2 kills on that, and then there was a huge follow-up from the tanks of TBD that they had no answer for.
Yeah, Arthalon managed to make it well out the back, which means he got to stay in, keep fighting, doing his work, and not to mention that Westrice was pretty good shape. 604, 230 CS, nearly the most in the game, but Trooper managed to find a way around that. Anyway, we'll go